What is sell to open and buy to close? When you're selling to open, you are the contract seller. Your contracts that you're selling, they can be covered or uncovered. That's also referred to as naked. If you sell your contracts and they do not get exercised, you get to keep the premium. If your contracts do get exercised, you must fulfill the contract. Now let me show you an example. Okay, so in this sell to open covered example, we're going to say you own 1,000 shares of Ford. You bought them about 3 months ago for roughly $8. Right now, the current share price is hovering around $11, $11.50, and Ford does not pay a dividend right now. Okay, so you have your 1,000 shares of Ford. They're sitting in your account. They're sitting at a nice unrealized gain, but they're really not doing anything for you. It's sleeping money. You're not making a dividend, and you know the share price is pretty much leveled out at $11. But you don't want to sell yet. You're happy with the $13 price target. That's what you want to sell your shares for. So what you can do to actually make money with that sleeping money is you can sell to open contracts. Okay, so in this example here, we're going to sell to open 10 call contracts. Remember, there's 100 shares per contract, so you can write 10 of them. You're going to set a $13 strike price, and you're going to make it expire in 1 week. You'll do a weekly contract. So let's say it's going to expire February 19th. And you want to sell each contract for $10. So you're going to list the contract for 10 cents. Remember, it's 10 cents times 100 shares. So you're going to get $10 for that contract. Okay, so let's say a few days after you've written your contract and put them in an open interest, the share price for Ford raises to $12.30, and it just keeps on going in an upward momentum. So on February 16th, someone decides to buy your 10 contracts. And we're just going to use 10 cents here as an example. You can see I got a star beside it. That's because as the share price gets closer to the strike price of a contract, the actual contract's value goes up. Now, there's a way to determine that using all the different Greeks, but it's a little bit complicated, so I'll go over that in another video. But for this example, we'll say someone buys your 10 contracts at 10 cents each, so you're going to get $100 minus your commission. Okay, so now February 19th comes, the expiry date, 4 p.m., and the share price for Ford didn't reach any higher than $12.58 for the week. So obviously the person that bought your contracts is not going to exercise them, so they're going to expire and they're going to be worthless to the buyer. So now you keep the $80 that he bought those contracts for, and you get to keep your shares and do it all over again next week. Okay, so a sell to open covered put. You make the contract the same way as you would the call, but to be considered covered, you have to have the money available to buy the shares. So for example, you make 10 put contracts at a $13 strike price. Somebody buys them from you, and then they decide to exercise those 10 contracts. So now you're going to have to buy 1,000 shares of Ford at $13. So you're going to need to have $13,000 available for that trade, and you will be considered covered. Okay, what a sell to open uncovered call or put contract is when you don't have the shares to cover an exercise call contract, you don't have the cash to cover an exercise put contract, and you have to use margin. So if you find that you ended up selling your contracts, your uncovered contracts, and you don't have the shares, or you're going to have to go into margin to cover the puts, what you can do is try to buy the same contract you sold, but at a cheaper price or close to what you bought it for. That's called buy to close, and that will end up covering your uncovered position. Well, that gives you the basic techniques on how to sell to open and buy to close options. I'm going to do a third video now on how to actually trade that, how to execute, and also buy to open and sell to close. I'm going to touch a little bit on that too. I hope you understand the basics now. It's going to get a little bit more complicated as we get going on the videos here. But again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your patience. I'm still new at doing these videos, so the graphics might look a little cheesy and and the audio might be funny. But anyway, I appreciate it, and have a great day and good luck to everyone.